This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good morning, friends. So in today's session, lab number 14, I think 13 is completed, right? This is lab number 14. So in today's session, what? This is the 13th lab. Okay, this is 13th. Okay. So lab number 13. So in today's session, what we will discuss is how to copy data from Azure SQL database to blob and blob to ADLS Gen 2. See, very simple lab, right? How to copy data from SQL database to blob and blob to ADLS Gen 2. So what I want to do, from SQL database, I want to copy data into the blob storage. Once the data is loaded into the blob storage, from blob storage, I want to copy data into the ADLS Gen 2. If the copy is failed, while copying data from SQL database to blob is failed, then I don't want to run my copy activity which copies data from blob to data storage Gen 2. So why I am explaining this simple lab, I'll tell you two scenarios I want to cover today. Two scenarios, okay? So how to establish secure connections to all sources and sinks. In real time, how to establish a secure connections. How we establish the connections in Azure Data Factory, which one we will use, which component we will use to create connections. Okay.
Linked services.
Linked service. Simple example. Okay. But whatever we have done as of today, that is a dummy. What we are doing is simply we are hard coding. But in real time, we are not going to hard code it. We are not going to create how we created our linked services as of today. In real time, we are going to create a connections in a different way. So we are going to store all the necessary or sensitive information, all credentials or username, password, any certificate, any storage keys, everything we are going to store it in a secure place. That secure place is nothing but a Azure Key Vault service, where we will store Azure Key Vault service. So we will talk about what is Azure Key Vault. Okay. So Azure Key Vault, it is Azure managed service which is used to store sensitive information like DB passwords, okay, storage keys, and any certificates, etc. So Azure Key Vault, if anybody asks what is Azure Key Vault, it is Azure managed service. Azure will manage all this entire service, which is used to store sensitive information like DB password, username or server names, any storage keys, any certificates. If you want to maintain, we will store it in a Key Vault. Now, as of yesterday, if you want to connect to the SQL database, what you are doing? You will go to simply linked service. You will enter select server name, select database name, select username, put the password and test connection. No, we are not going to do like that in real time. We are going to use a Key Vault. We are going to use what? Key Vault in real time. What is Key Vault? Key Vault is a Azure managed service which is used to store sensitive information like DB password, storage keys, and any certifications. Now, so why I have taken 3 different services, I want to show you how you can able to connect to the blob, how you can connect to the ADLS Gen 2, how you can connect to the SQL database using the Azure Key Vault service. So first what we will do, so let's try to, so this is the first scenario what we are planning to cover for today. For today, we are going to see how to establish secure connection to all sources and sinks which we are using in our pipeline using the Azure Key Vault. What is Azure Key Vault? It's a managed service which is used to store sensitive information like DB password, storage keys, and any certificates. Now I'll just go here. So what are the required services we need for today? I need a DB password. Sorry, I need a database. 1 second. So now simply you come here, create a SQL database. Create a SQL database. So in this type of RG, it's already there. RG1 is. So next DB name, Cloud Pandit equal DB. Server name, Cloud Pandit equal server 2306. Just enter username, put the password here. Cloud@123. Okay, click OK. So once you have done all these things, then click review plus create. So otherwise do one thing, go back, go to additional settings. Can you enable sample? Yes, I want a adventure works LT. Okay, click review plus create. Click create. Fine. Now come back, go to portal.edge.com. So in this, let's create a storage account. Let me create the blob storage first. Okay. Cloud Pandit blob store 2306. Click review plus create. Sorry, it is very lengthy one. That's why. Cloud Pandit the blob store 2306. Okay. Create it. Okay, so blob is created. Now let me move on to the next one. I'll create a data lake store gen 2. Go to storage accounts again. Click create storage account. So RG1, you can select here Cloud Pandit CP-ADLS Gen 2 2306. Advanced, you need to enable what? Hierarchical namespace. Click review plus create. Click create. Okay. So database is there, blob storage is there, and data lake store gen 2 is there. What else we need? What else we need?
ADF.
As
ADF.
Azure Data Factory.
Don't forget, very important one. Create ADF. RG1. So 06. Git configuration. Configure it later. Click review plus create. Click create. Okay. So now we create a database, a blob storage, data lake storage gen 2, and Azure Data Factory. Now I mentioned one more service. Anybody remember the name of that service?
Key vault.
Azure Key Vault. Okay. See now, Key Vault. This is Azure Key Vault. Just to click on this Key Vault. So there is a service. As I mentioned, any service. See, we are learning few services in Azure. Tomorrow, if somebody asks you, do you know how to create? It's very simple. You search for that service, come here, click create. That's all. Okay. So what are the common things will be there in any service? If you want to create, subscription will be there, resource group will be there, then the service name will be there. Service name is Cloud Panith AKV 2306. 2306. AKV means Azure you want. Region, in which region you want. So I'm just going with the East West. Yes, any questions? Pricing tier, you have standard and premium. So standard is enough, because if you go with the premium, you will have more secure encryptions will be done, but the standard is enough for us. Okay, just to go with the standard, then just click review plus create. Access policies and all I'll tell you. So the access policies you enable while creating, or after creation also you can enable the access policies. So let me explain you. After creating Azure Key Vault, I'll tell you how to enable the access policy. So validation fast, you create it. So now we created the database, blob storage, ADLS Gen 2, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Key Vault. Okay, fine. Step by step we will go. Now, if you want to move data from database to blob storage to ADLS Gen 2, how many connections we need? 3 or 4 or 5 or 6? Think and tell me. Copying data from SQL database to blob 2, blob to ADLS Gen 2, total how many? 4. How many of you say 4? How many of you say 3? How many of you say 2?
3.
4. 3. Okay. Rahul, you said 2. Okay. Very good. Very good. Basically, you all understood. Okay. Whenever you focus on one storage, one connection is enough. Doesn't matter where and all you are using that storage. You are moving data from SQL database to blob storage or blob storage to ADLS Gen 2. Doesn't matter. If you want to connect to this blob storage, one connection we need in ADF. Maybe this can be a target. This can be a source. In how many pipelines you are using this storage doesn't matter for us. How many labs you are doing with this storage doesn't matter. In a data factory, we need a one connection for this storage. That's all. Okay. So 99% everybody understood. Rahul, you got it. You said 2. Why you said 2? Are you clear on this?
I actually took in the manner wherein one connection for SQL database and one for Azure. Sorry, one for blob. 2 would be enough.
No, one is for data lake store. Gen 2 is also I'm talking about, right? So I'm trying
I forgot that.
Yeah. Blob to diligent. Okay. So fine. So basically everybody understood the thing, right? Fine. Now we'll see one by one. Okay. First, let me open ADF and we will see how to establish the connection to all of these things. That is our scenario 1 for today, what we are going to learn. Open Azure Data Factory. We haven't discussed Azure Key Vault while creating the linked service as of today. Today I'll show you.
Sir, first we need to set the firewall now, sir.
I'm not able to hear. Srija, can you speak a bit louder?
Hello.
Yes,
First we need to set the firewall.
correct. Very good. So go to resource. First in database, we'll set the firewall. Okay. Good. Add client IP. Allow user services to connect and save it. Very good. Come to ADF. So in ADF now you see go to manage service. Okay. Now first we will go one by one slowly. Not a problem. SQL database. I want to connect to the SQL database. Have you ever seen, see daily I'm simply saying subscription and all this things. See here option called keyword. Are you seeing option called keyword here? So there are two ways. One is connection string. Connection string means you store your server name, database name, username, password, everything you can store it in a keyword. That is one type of storing. The other way what you can do, you hard code all these things. You just store your password in the keyword. There are two options. One is you store everything in the keyword. Second option is you store only password in the keyword. What we want to do, we want to store everything in the keyword. What I'll do is I'll store everything in the keyword. You understood? I'll store everything in the keyword. So how to store everything in the keyword? What we need here, you see a connection string for the database. Now go to database. Okay, so in the overview page, if you come down slowly, you will see something called connection strings in the database. Come to connection strings. Okay, so you need to copy this thing, copy this entire thing. See, ADO.NET you need to take. Okay, copy entire thing and put it in the notepad. I'll tell you steps what to do. In this, you see automatically it has taken the server name, it has taken the database name, port number, and username is Malay. It has taken. Password is not there. I'll just hard code the password now. Password is cloud@123. Okay. Now I have everything in this connection string. Now you take this entire thing, copy this entire thing, go to Azure Key Vault. I'll tell you where to store in Azure Key Vault exactly is go to Azure Key Vault. So this is the Azure Key Vault. Open this Azure Key Vault service. So if you feel I am going a little bit fast, let me know. Okay. So again, I'm repeating, you need to come to database connection string, ADO.NET. You take this entire thing, put it in the notepad. So everything is there. Only thing I updated is phone number. The password I updated. Then you copy this entire thing after updating your password. Go to Azure Key Vault. So once you open Azure Key Vault and over, you come down, you will see something called secrets. Come to secrets. So you need to store. So you can use same keyword service to store multiple database passwords, multiple storage keys, everything. So that's why first you need to create here some secret, generate/import. Here you need to say this is my my DB password. So SQL connection string, I'll say SQL connection string. Okay. So this is the name for identifying our connection. Okay. So now actual value, this value. Okay, this value, actual value. Now you copy this actual value and paste it here. The actual value nobody can able to see once you save it here. But if anybody want to read this, they need to use this name, SQL CS. Got it? One second. It is setting for just to confirm if your team is working on a single resource group, there will be a common keyword for all. See, in real time, we will not create. The reason is why. So these all are assumptions you will have. You will have multiple resource groups and all. So you will have a resource group per environment. For dev one resource group. So for QA one resource group, like that you will have. So all the dev related storage, database credentials, everything will store it in a single Azure keyword. Clear, Rahul? Next, any questions?
So Malaya, like for the key vault, like as a developer, do we create this key vault or the admin
Yes,
would do that?
key vault will be created by those people. So sometimes they will create the secrets and they will just give the names for us. But so if you are working for small organizations, you need to do everything. Okay.
Okay. And a follow-up question. So, like in the data factory, you're actually you explained that there are two ways to access this key vault. So the first way is to store everything, and second way is to just store the password in the key vault. So, what is the
Correct.
standard practice that we use in real time? Is it the first one or second one?
So people mostly use the second one. Like a second one means a password, but some people also use the connection string. Everything they will store.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll show you two ways then. Generate/import. You can say here SQL password. Only password you save it here. Okay. I'm just typing the password here. Cloud@123. So now I have in this, if I access this, I'll get only password. If I access this, I'll get a entire connection string. Clear to all of you now? Clear to all of you now? Savans, I think you are trying to ask something. You clear your doubts? Okay, good. Now you see, go to your Azure Data Factory. I'll tell you something.
Well, yeah, real time we are using keyword type standard or premium. Which one normally we are using?
Standard is enough, I'm saying.
Okay.
Premium, they will use the advanced level. I don't see people who are using premium, because premium means advanced keys will be there. Okay, one more thing, let me show you. Come to keyword, see, there will be keys here. You can generate the keys with which key you want to encrypt those passwords which you are storing. By default, it will take this RS2048. But if you need anything else, you can able to adjust those keys. Okay. So if you go with a premium, you will have other types of keys for encryption, but you no need to do that much. Okay. Clear? Now.
What is the default expiration of password?
Expiration, there is no expiration unless you mention here. You need to put set expiration date, set activation date, from what time to what time it should be active in the Azure keyword. Okay. Next, very important is anybody can able to read the data that is there in the keyword, or you need to grant any permissions. Remember, this is very secure secure service. You will not allow everybody to connect and read data directly. So now if Azure Data Factory wants to read anything, what we need to do from Azure Data Factory? What is the first thing if you want to read anything from particular service? What we need to do in Azure Data Factory? Linked service. Can you guess it? Linked service we need to create for keyword or not? Yes. Even though it's a username password, you must have to create a one linked service. So I'm just saying here LS Azure keyword. Okay, linked service for Azure keyword. Subscription is this. So Azure keyword is this, the Azure keyword. Now, it will come up. Okay, don't worry. There is an issue with the ADF only. Okay, don't worry. It will come. If it is not coming, just close this. Click again. New keyword. LS for Azure keyword. This is a subscription. This is the keyword name. See, test connection again. Connection will be successful. Connection will be successful. Okay, now create it, no problem. Publish all. But you see, I'll tell you, connection is successful only, that's all. But you will not be able to read anything from the Azure keyword into your data factory. I'll show you that. First, very important is once you create a connection to the Azure keyword, that connection you need to save, publish it. Then only you can able to use this connection to read the data or username, password, any connection strings from the Azure keyword. Now click new, select SQL database. Here you need to see ls underscore Azure SQL DB. Come down. So don't select this connection strings, all these things. Go with the keyword. Now in this, so this is the linked service for the Azure keyword. You need to tell, okay, now you have established the connection to the keyword, but it is see secrets, it is not able to load. Why? See, secrets, it's not loading. What is secret? Secret is nothing but these names. These names should be displayed here if the data factory is having a access. Now you see, does not have secret list permission on keyword. You cannot access any secrets from Azure keyword into data factory. Now, what you need to do? You need to grant the permissions for this data factory. Take this data factory name, copy this data factory name. I'm going to the keyword. In keyword, you say something called access policies. Now you need to grant the permissions to access the secrets from keyword into data factory. So this, whatever you have saved here, sensitive information, that should be accessible by only the data factory. So that's why you need to give the permission, add access policy. So what it has to do, so you want only basically secret management, you just select secret. But if you want, okay, let it be everything which is there in a Azure keyword I want to access, then you select first one. Otherwise we need only secret management for now. You just take the secret management. But if you want to access any keys, secrets, any certificates that you are storing in the future, you just select first one. Next, select principal, click here. So who can able to access keys, secrets, certificates, all these things? You need to give the name of your data factory. This is the data factory. Select this data factory, click select, then add it. Okay. Once you add it, permissions will not be granted. Many people will make this mistake. So because I have seen from previous batches, many people, 99% of the people will make this mistake. They will just add this data factory, but they will forget to save. Saving is very important. You need to save. If you're not saving, you will not be able to access anything. Clear? Fine, now come here. So now you have given the required permissions. Now once you refresh this, you should be able to see this secret. See now, you are able to see. So what we need a SQL connection string. You just select a test connection. Connection is successful or not? Yes. But have you hard coded anything? Anybody can able to see anything here? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the server name, what is the port number, what is the database, what is the username, what is the password. Nobody knows. But let's say connection string. I'm just using this is the free trial. Service is this one. Server name. Database is this one. Username I'm just putting here. Malaya, right? So password I'll read it from the keyword. Now you see this is the linked service keyword. Secret name. Secret name is password, right? Because under SQL PWD we saved our password, so we are referring this. See, connection is successful. So in any of these ways, we can able to connect to the Azure SQL database using the Azure keyword. Clear? Any questions in this? Any questions still here?
Yes,
Yes, it's costly only. See, if you are using Azure keyword means it's costly only, but the thing is the security is important for business. Yes.
Yes, Maria, can we create, because I have can we create the secret which the secret value and the secret name which code? Not in the portal.
Okay, not in the portal. You want to create those secrets values, everything through some CLI.
Yes, but and encrypt the pass because I have the password. Example, the password ABC, but I need to create those passwords with encryption key. So the secret name and the secret value can take in the key vault. Because
See,
when I deploy the secret name, I have to create through the portal. I am in the development now, but I need that when it's go to the staging and the prod through CLI, for example. Is it possible?
No. See, what we will do is in real time for a dev environment, you will create these things and you will store it. For production, you will change like you will create with the same secret name, but the password will be different for production. Similarly, for QA also different. So what happens is when you are deploying, you will change this connection names, the connection to different production Azure Key Vault. You will establish the connection so that the connection will be established to the production, not to the dev environment, right? So when the connection established to the production, automatically it reads the production password.
Exactly, and the production password, how we create the connection password.
But you need to create manually.
Okay,
see, for each environment, you need to create those things manually. You cannot do everything automation. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, because tomorrow I have the appointment. I have the meeting with the team. I have to explain them. They need to create manually. Then okay. Thank you. You answer my question.
No, those are simply read, write, those permissions. You don't need to worry about those things, Prashad Reddy.
Okay. Thank you.
Just simple read, write, get, list, delete, those permissions. Okay. We just granted everything. Fine. Okay. Test connection is fine. Create it. Now, let's say I want to connect to the blob storage. Same manner. Okay. Blob storage. LS for blob storage. So Azure keyword, see connection string is there. You can just go to Azure keyword. So you can just basically store Azure connection string in the Azure keyword and you can directly refer it. Okay, let me show you for blob storage. Blob storage. So in blob storage also come down, you will see access keys. Under access keys, you will see two things. So this is a connection string. This is a key. Which one we want? Connection string. Copy this connection string. So if that is not copying, you take this also. Okay, anything key one or key two, anything you can take. Here, go to key vault again. Go to secrets, generate / import. You need to go to blob connection string. Okay. Now you see here, I'll just subscription. No, come to Azure keyword. This is the linked service for Azure keyword. So blob connection I am giving. Blob connection string I am giving. Testing connection. Test connection is successful. Okay, there is other methods we will go try to see. SaaS URI. What is SaaS URI? Okay. So when we talk about SaaS URI, you can see SaaS URI, you can store it in the keyword. Okay. The other one is SaaS token alone, you can store it in the keyword. But as of now, we have not talked about SaaS URI. What is SaaS URI? Shared access signature. Access key by default will have full permissions, but SaaS URI you can control. How you can see shared access signature under access keys only you will see shared access signature. So for entire Azure blob storage, for all the containers, for all the files that we have, I want to give you a read, write, delete, list, add, create, update, process, immutable storage, complete permissions I'm giving. So when, from what time to what time this particular key should be active is for next 6 hours. From now onwards, next 6 hours, this particular key should be active. But if you want to increase this timeline, you can simply click here, you can increase. Okay, then just click generate SaaS and connection string. You see here. So you see here blob service SaaS URL, SaaS token, connection string. So now come to blob data factory. Here you need a SaaS URL. Okay, first let's put SaaS URL. Copy till here. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. You need you need to put this and SaaS token. SaaS token, you can see this is the SaaS token. Okay, copy this. First I'm showing you with the hard coded value test connection. See, connection is successful. So what you can do is you can basically store only the SaaS token in the Azure keyword, or you can just store a SaaS URI. Entire SaaS URI is nothing but this one. So in this, you can see here in this SaaS token also included here itself. Okay, so that's why you can just have this one. I'm just trying to copy this blob service SaaS URL, and I'm trying to save it in the Azure keyword. Let me save it in the Azure keyword. Come here, Azure blob SaaS URL. Okay, just I'm saving this entire thing and create it. Now come here. So SaaS URL Azure keyword. So I'm showing you again. You can see this is the things we are directly using Azure keyword. This is the connection, and the service name is blob SaaS URL test connection. Connection is successful. You can just create it. So today we established the blob connection using the SaaS authentication method. Click new. Now let's try to create a Gen2 connection. ADLS Gen2. Same this one also. ADLS Gen2. So you see here, you are not able to see any keyword here, right? But how to get it is go to enter manually. So storage key. Okay, storage account key. If you want to bring it, you can just bring it from the keyword. Okay, but URL you cannot store it in the keyword. Okay, so now you need to form the URL. How to form the URL? You see here the structure. Let's try to create a structure here. So let me create the structure. See here, https / account name. So to which storage account you want to connect? So go to inputs. This is the name of the storage account. Okay, copy this. Sorry. Yeah. So the URL structure is account name dot dfs dot port dot windows dot net slash https / so this is storage account dot dfs dot code dot windows dot net. Okay, this is a storage name. Okay, copy this URL. Okay, put this URL here. Now storage account key. How to get the storage account key? Same. Come here. Okay, access keys. This is the key. Copy this key. Store this key in the data lake storage. ADLS Gen 2 key. Put this key here, create it. Come here, Azure keyword. ADLS Gen 2 key. Test connection. Okay, connection successful. You can create it. Clear now? So this linked service where and all we have used, if you want to see related, you can just click on this. You see in LS, ASDB, LS block, LS ADLS Gen 2, in these three linked services, we have used this linked service, Azure keyword linked service. So this is the scenario 1 that we try to cover for today. Now I will go to the scenario 2. Yeah, we will see one by one. See, on same day you will not get all the different scenario or different authentication methods. You will come to know slowly different authentication methods that we have here. So the system assigned managed identity means you are simply adding this data factory in the storage account, so that without entering any credentials you will get a permissions. Example here, if you see, I have added my data factory in the keyword. That's why I'm using system assigned managed identity. Similarly, in the blob storages also, if you go and add your data factory, you can simply use this authentication method. Which authentication method? System assigned managed identity. So service principle, which is very important, we will cover in upcoming sessions, but account to be discussed for the data lake storage Gen 2. Okay, so for blob storage, we already discussed account key, SaaS URI. So system assigned managed identity, as I mentioned, you need to add this data factory in the blob storage, so that you will have a system assigned managed identity. Service principle, which we will discuss later. So that is basically through the Azure Active Directory we will authenticate. So that is required. We will come to know that. Anyhow, we are going to discuss that point. Clear? Shivayan. Next. See, scenario 1 is covered for today lab. So any questions in this? How to establish this secure connection for anything that you are going to take in the future. So even if you take a SQL server, on-premise SQL server we discussed. So on-premise SQL server also will have a connection string or password. You take any other thing. Maybe let's say you are trying to connect to the REST API. Okay, you'll have a REST password. You can be able to store it in a key vault like that. In any connection you try to take, you will have a key vault option that you will be able to use to read your sensitive information from the key vault instead of hard coding in the linked service. Clear to all of you? This is a step 1. All of you clear? Already 45 minutes took for scenario 1. Now I am going to the scenario 2 that we are going to cover today. Very simple. These are. It will not take much time for you to practice. So scenario 2 is how to trigger alert notification, alert email notification whenever pipeline is failed. Pipeline is failed. Got it? How to trigger alert email notification whenever pipeline is failed. So what is this? Is a scenario 2. So if you want to learn the scenario 2, we need to use a service called Azure Logic App. Azure Logic. What is Azure Logic App? It is a Azure workflow which is used for orchestration and the scheduling. So mainly Logic App is a workflow. Azure workflow means step-by-step process it is going to take. Okay, Azure workflow is a step-by-step process. In the step-by-step process, you can say first you can create one URL in the Logic App. So whenever somebody is using that URL to call this Logic App, so what is the second step? It receives the request. Let me open the page. See, this is the let's say step 1 is I created a Logic App. Step 2 is I want to send a alert email notification. So this is the Logic App workflow. What is the logic app workflow? Logic app workflow is, this is some URL, okay, generated. This is also called a trigger. I am going to create a HTTP trigger. So meaning, so triggers we used in ADF to run a pipeline in automated way, right? Similarly, in logic app, triggers are used for same for running a logic app automatically. But when you say HTTP trigger, what happens? There will be URL will be generated. You are going to take that URL. Whenever you want to call this logic app, you are going to use that URL to call this logic app. When you call this logic app using this URL, what is the second step it has to do? It has to send a email, send email. So there are two-step workflow I'm going to create in the logic app. Logic app is a Azure workflow which is used for scheduling, orchestration, and for any complex things also you can able to do. But we mainly use logic app for sending the alert email notification real time. Let me quickly show you how to create logic app. Okay. Now come here. Portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com, and what we need for today, we need logic app. Okay, logic apps. So same, you need to create, click add. Whatever we discuss, same options. Subscription will be there, then resource group will be there. The resource group, let's take our resource group. Then logic app, my logic app 2306, where we are taking okay workflow. So you have two things, standard and the consumption. Standard based for enterprise level, service level applications with event based scaling and networking isolation. So we don't have serverless applications to deploy. We need best for entry level, pay only as much as your workflow runs. So if I run my workflow now, I need to just pay for that much time. I don't want to use a standard. It is costly, and that is completely designed for the serverless application, web applications. Okay, but we need a simple, this one, consumption. Okay, simple. See what I have done. Subscription, resource group, logic app name, region, enable log analytics. Log analytics I'll tell you. So anyhow it is disabled for us. So log analytics is another service in Azure which collects all the logs, who is calling this logic app, what this logic app doing, everything. It will send logs to the log analytics. In log analytics, we can able to analyze the things, what is happening in our logic app. Okay, but consumption I said should just to reduce, and as we need to do very minimal things in the logic app. Just click Review plus create. You will have a lot of built-in templates that you can able to use to do your task very quickly, but I'll show you from the very scratch. Blank logic app I'll take. Blank logic app designer I'll take to show you how to create from the scratch. Create
Hi, Malia. Can we extract a RM template from logic app we create through the portal?
Yes, we can do it.
How we can do it?
I'll show you.
Okay, thank
you. I don't have this. Okay, fine. See here, your deployment is completed now. Go to resource. Automatically logic app designer is opening. I will go back to show you step by step. See, if you want to export anything, sorry, not here. So I'll show there will be option to export. See, export templates. Okay, any service you go, you will have export template. Okay, fine. Now go back. See on logic app overview. Come down, you will see logic app designer. Click on logic app designer. You see, all these are the built-in. Basically, I need this template, but I don't want to use a template. I'll go with a blank to show you. Okay, blank logic app. Just click on blank logic app. From the step 1, I'll create. I need a HTTP URL. Okay, first HTTP. See, request. Somebody has to request logic app. That's why request. What type of request? When a HTTP request is received. HTTP means, so basically there will be URL will be generated. Using that URL, you are going to make the call to the logic app. Okay, just select. See what it is saying. URL will be generated after save. Now you can save directly if you want now. Okay, now you saved it. It is there. Now what ADF has to do is, when a pipeline is succeeded, when pipeline is failed, it doesn't matter. It has to send a email notification and it has to pass all the information, which data factory is calling, which is pipeline is calling, which activity is calling, what is the status, what is the run ID. So if you want to pass any other information, you can just pass all that information along with this URL. Whenever you are calling a logic app using this URL, you also need to pass some information, data factory name, then pipeline name, activity name, status, okay, all these things. So that's why whenever you are sending some information along with the calling of this logic app, you need to use a method. What that method is, post is the secure one. If you want to send some data, then post. If you want to get some data, get. These two only we use 99%. Okay. So I want to send some data along with the URL. Whenever I'm calling this logic app using this URL, I also need to send some data. What data you want to send it? You need to pass that body. So I'll tell you how to get that body. Give me a minute. So I have it already available. I'll give you, okay, everything. You can go
Hi, Maria. From the URL will be the same in different environment, or what is going to be the differentiation, the each URL from different environment? It will be the same.
Git one you are talking about.
The logic app URL.
Logic app URL will be different, so it will be generated at runtime.
Okay, because I see that after the workflows, that is the subscription ID, or is because I see prod 08 the logic Azure and
No, that is the
workflow.
default. I'll explain to you 1 second. Let me find that code.
Thank you.
Let's remember this. So basically, you can see here, right? So you need to pass body something like this. Okay? Body for trigger. Okay. So it has the properties. So it should be in a JSON. You know, REST API always it will generate the JSON as a input and output text. So properties, what all parameters I'm expecting is data factory name I want to pass. Factory name is a string. It's a name, right? Type is string. Email, to whom you want to send a mail. So type is string. So I want to send to whom you want to send a mail. Subject, what is the subject? The type of this also string only. Next pipeline name, type is string. Next activity name, type is string. Status, type is string. Error message, type is string. Okay. I'll make small corrections are there. I'll make those things and give it to you. Yeah. So this is how you need to create the body. Suppose if you have more parameters, what you'll do? Simply you need to take this, put the comma and put it here. That's all. If you have more parameters, if you want to send it, but I want to send only this, so I'm just giving. Okay. this from here to there, and you put it here. Okay, now got it. So very important one is, if at all anything is wrong in this, these parameter values will not be shown in the down. Okay, in the next step, if anything is wrong in this particular definition body, so these values will not be shown in the next step. Okay, click next step. What you want to do in next step, so somebody is going to call this logic app using this URL. Okay, and these are the parameters they are going to pass: properties or data factory name, email to subject, all these things. Those I need to use in my email. So how to send email? You can simply say send email, send email. So basically we have different options. In real time we will use Office 365, but here we will use simple Gmail for us. I'll share. Okay, see, in our case, I'll simply use Gmail. It will be easy for us. So I want to send email. Okay, click on send email. Okay, so give the name for your connection. First, you need to give the name for my connection. My connection. So suppose if you want to send a mail, you need to log in. Suppose I want to send mail from my mail ID to you. So first I need to log in. That's why similarly, if you want to send mail from Logic, you need to log in into your mail first. Click sign in. So just to click on this, which one you will just click on this Cloud Pandit 20. Okay, hello, this particular Cloud Pandit 28 to send a emails. Okay, so to whom you want to send a email? Already we have created a parameter. See more, send a, so you will see email to. You just mention email to parameter. So to whom I want to send the mail, that particular thing I'll give it dynamically. Next, what all other things you want? You need a subject and a body. You need subject and a body as well. You just add the subject and body. Okay, so what is the subject? Subject, you have a subject parameter. You can see, not here. Subject is having subject parameter. Just use subject. Okay, so before the subject, you can also put the pipeline status. You see, so status, and then you'll have a subject. So if it is a failed, subject will come with a pipeline is failed, and you will have some subject. If pipeline is succeeded, you will have a succeeded, and you will have a subject. Now here you need to, in the body, you need to put data factory name. Hold on. What is the data factory? Pipeline name. So I'm creating a dynamic, like a single logic app which works for failure and success scenarios. Okay, next, the activity name. See now, so how to get the data factory name? Already there is a parameter to pass the data factory name, select it. How to get the pipeline name? There is a parameter to get the pipeline name. How to get the error message? There is a parameter to get the error message. Okay, how to get the activity name? To get the activity name also we have a parameter. That's all. Okay, now what happens in the email? So to whom you want to send that email, whatever mail you are giving in the body, so to that person mail will send with the status and the subject, and you'll have data factory name, pipeline name, error message, activity name will be there. Okay, so this is how you need to create the logic. How many of you clear on this? So this is the URL. It's a prod, means that's how they are creating. It doesn't mean that it's a for production environment. No, that's how the logic app URL will be generated. So this logic app is there in central US. That's why central US. So remaining some random number is created. Okay, clear? Save this. Now I need to call this logic app whenever my pipeline failed from the Azure Data Factory. Now come to ADF. Okay, this is our Azure Data Factory. In Azure Data Factory, now you see, go to author tab simply. So I'll create a one pipeline quickly. Let's do. In this, I'll have a copy data activity. You know, if copy data activity, what I want to do, source. What is my source? SQL DB. Select SQL database. Linked service is this. Sorry, sir, this is data set. Source data set. Select the table, not a problem. Customer table you can select. Click OK for now. Okay. So sync, I want to write it into Gen 2. Let's say I want to write directly into Gen 2. So blob storage, all those things you know already, right? Okay, let me show you. Otherwise, you will think differently. Let me load data into the blob storage. So this is the one. So container is, let's say I want to create an output. First is at the don't select info schema because this folder is not available. Click OK. So once this is done, what we wanted to do, we want to use another copy activity. Okay. So what I wanted to do is take this sync as a source here, because same thing we need to use, right? So this sync here, whatever sync, that sync is a source for copy data too. Because from same folder I want to read data, I want to load it into Gen 2 storage. So select here ADLS output. First is output. So I hope everybody knows these are simple copy activities I'm using. Okay. Now let's say this copy activities failed or succeeded, or let's say it's a failed. Okay. It's a failed. What I want to do is I want to send a failure notification. If it succeeded, I don't want to send success notification. Okay. But on failure, I want to send a notification. Okay. How you can do? How you can send failure notification on failure? On failure only, I'm going to call this web activity. Okay. So failure web. Come to settings. You need to put the URL. Where is URL? This is the URL. Copy this URL. Put that URL here. What is the method we enabled? Anybody remember which method we enabled? Get or which one?
Post.
Whenever you say post, you need to pass the body here. Okay. Body is going to have all the parameters, whatever you have here. What all things we have? Status, email to subject, data factory name, all these things we have. So we need to get that particular body. On the failure, we need to get that particular body. So what we can do is, let me tell you. You can get something like this. Data factory name. I'll tell you these all things. Let me show you for you. So data factory name I need to pass. Next, to whom I want to send mail ID I need to pass. Subject, let it be. Pipeline name. So pipeline name also I'll tell you how to get it dynamically. These two are hard coded. That's why I'm keeping. So this activity name, copy activity. So you can just hard code it. Not a problem. So small issues are there. Just I'm correcting those things. So status. So status, I'll tell you how to get it dynamically. This also you can remove it. Error message. So if at all any error message, you can say ADF pipeline has crashed, please check the logs, or you can say ADF pipeline has failed, please check the logs. It's simple. Come here, come to here. Sorry, where is that? Here. So here you remove. So in this body, right? In way back to the body, add dynamic content. You just put it here. So here what I'm saying, data factor name. How to get data factor name from system variables? Just select it. That's all. Pipeline dot data factory at the rate. You can just put at the rate and curly braces. Close it. Next, pipeline name. How to get pipeline name? At the rate pipeline. Okay. Next, copy activity is the status. How to get the status? Status should come from the copy activity. So at the rate activity dot output, not on output, right? Directly on status, we'll get the status. Just say output. Next. What happened? It is something. Okay, that I look into it. This error message is hard coded. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Everything is correct only. So something it okay. Here there is a problem. See, so everything is working fine now. Okay. Now just click OK. Now pipeline is going to fail or it is going to succeed. So first copy data activity is going to fail or it is going to succeed. It is going to succeed. Okay. That's why we will not get any mail now. Let me just debug now. So nothing is going to happen. Sync location is a folder. Okay. Here source side you need to enable wildcard file path because this particular data set is pointing to what? This is pointing to the folder. Folder means when the source is folder, you need to use wildcard file path. Okay, just to debug. Come to copy data 1. Once copy data 1 is finished, then copy data 2 will run, but we will not get any error at this time. We will not get any email notification at this time. Even failure underscore web itself is not going to run because this is succeeded. Copy data 2 is going to run now. See, both are succeeded. We did not get, we will not get any mail. To whom and all we are, I am sending the mail. Whom and all I am sending mail. Cloud Pandit, oh my God, this is wrong. Cloud Pandit @gmail.com. Okay. Anyhow, we have not run this. Now I'll make sure this copy activity is failed. How to make it as failed is come to query. This say here select star from ABC. ABC table is not there. So object is not found, some error it will throw and it is going to fail. Yes, I can just add multiple mail IDs as well. I'll show you how to add it. So copy activities fail. Now failure web is going to run. Oh my God, failure web also failed. What is there? Activity of copy data on error message status.
There is a comma in after the
Yes,
integration.
yes,
Status.
Yes, correct. Thanks. That's right. Now debug once again. That's right. Okay.
Sir, it should be validation, sir. If you want to mention.
Yes. Now you see it is succeeded. If you see here, now it is succeeded. See, copy data activity is failed. So web activity succeeded. When web activity succeeded, I should get a notification. Let me see. See, failed, an error has occurred. So failed, there should be a some space we would have maintained here in the logic app. Where exactly I'll show you. In the logic app where you created this, here you would have maintained some space. Okay, then you will not have any issue. Otherwise, you can simply put here colon. Because now the error message, how the error message came, you can see here. Error message
Sir, save not have.
Subject and status and subject is combined. So from Cloud Pandit 28, we got a mail to here, and it has all the message: data factory name, pipeline name, error message, activity which got failed. So all that information we have in the mail body. Okay. Now let's say 2 mail IDs I want to configure at once. Somebody has given the mail ID. That's Mahesh. No. Wait. Okay. One by one. Okay. I can configure more also. Not required. You can simply put comma here. Just keep adding those things. That's all. That's all. Okay. So first mail, second mail, third mail I have given. Just click OK. Then debug once again.
Sir, you have not saved the things, sir.
Okay. You are saying that is on logic app. Yeah, that is fine. You understood, right? I'll run once again. Quick. Did you get mail? Can you check both of you, Raghu and this Mahesh? Can you both of you check quickly? See, I got mail again. But did you get mail, both of you? See, it is clearly saying to whom and all it has sent a mail. To this, Azure. Why it is showing only 2? Mahesh, it is not showing your mail ID. I need to see why.
We gave space also, right?
Some problem here. Okay, fine. So now you see.
We need to place the column, I think, between the mail IDs.
No, Raghu sir, did you get mail or not? Yes, he received it. Not column, comma only. Okay, again debug it. So you will get it, not a problem. Okay. So only thing is, as I mentioned, you make this small change if you want to make. Save this so that this space will come between this. Yeah, that's fine. The screenshot is fine. Mahesh, can you check now? Again, I got it. Mahesh, can you check now? Did you get mail now? Yes. So he said yes. Okay. So you just put comma and you can keep adding any number of mail IDs. That is okay. So now you see the status also updated. Failed colon, an error has occurred. So as I adjusted the subject, it is adjusted. Okay. Any questions?
Malaya, when you deploy this to QA environment or any other higher environments, so will you manually change the key vault connections and
everything we need to change as per the another environment? You need to make the things. Okay, fine. So now first thing is this is.
So once you deploy, it will deploy with the dev connections, but then when it gets deployed to the higher environment, you'll get.
When they are deploying itself, they are going to make all the parameter changes as per the other environment. Not after deployment. While deploying itself in the DevOps, we are going to overwrite all the parameters.
So Malli, just one doubt. Instead of individual mails, can we send to distribution list DLs to in emails?
Which DLs saying?
I mean, say for example, we are having some DLs like a distribution list for set of people. So can we configure?
Yes, you can just have a group, and that group you can configure there itself directly.
Okay.
You can just add those groups here. Next. So we won't do this. Yeah, that is correct, because we won't hard code any mail IDs. We will just put them in the logic app itself. We will not hard code in the pipeline anything. And just showing that is also configurable, but we will hard code in the logic of those things. Okay, fine. If no questions, I am stopping. So